Thank you so much. And as I'm the last one before your lunch, so hopefully I will keep your hunger alive and also for generative AI. So, yeah. Um, Previous speakers have talked a lot about the technological development, how the infrastructure is important. But what I'm going to present here is a different perspective. And this perspective comes from my background. So having done my PhD, very excited doing the artificial intelligence, machine learning, using different neural networks model, started in a company as a data scientist. And my aim and my thinking was I'm going to build a lot of models, very high supercomputing infrastructure. But what stuck me there that I took the model and then went to an organization which has a big machine running, somebody on the ground floor talking to him. He doesn't care about this. And the first question he asked, or somebody at his level, why do I need it? I'm running this machine since last 25, 30 years, doing a value generation for the company. Why do I need AI? Why do I need machine learning? And that's where the first obstacle come. And then my shift has happened towards how do I take this model, this value creation to the ground level. And this was a time when the machine learning, the AI was a buzzword. There still was being done a regression model, the classifications, not deep learning. Over the period of time, I managed to make a breakthrough. They made to understand, okay, there's a value creation with that. And then the next step come that deep learning come. And then I start working with my clients. Okay, the predictive maintenance and these futuristic aspects start coming it up. And then again, the same thing stuck. In my current role as the head of data science, and then this is exactly the same problem. Now we have the generative AI. And how do I bring the value to the generative AI to somebody at really at the ground floor, delivering the value for me? And there's a lot of narrative around it. There's a media narrative, then there is a narrative from the technological development, how this whole gonna change about it. So let's talk about the generative AI and beyond the technical development, let's see where does this hype of whole AI lies in generative AI. So recently, the Gartner has presented this year's their hype cycle, and if you look at it, generative AI, it lies here, the peak of inflated expectation. It means that at this time, there's only inflated expectation. And it's going to take next 5 to 10 years to mature. But what's going to happen in this next 5 to 10 years? The two things. One, the development in the generative AI technology. There will be many tools will be coming up. There will be many other technological advancement will happening. At the same time, there's also going to happen that the generative AI is fueling new and new applications. So there's a two dimension of the development is going to happen. But along this next 5 to 10 years, what is also going to happen that someone is going to tell generative AI is an angel. It's going to solve all my problem. It's going to create a few billions and trillions of value creation. At the same time, when you look at the media report, or there will be, okay, there will be a lot of job going on. There's a lot of automation coming it up, and when I take my generative AI solution to the ground floor, this shopkeeper is not very happy because he thinks my job is going to go because this is what he heard yesterday in evening during the dinner on a news channel. So this is the whole aspect in next 5 to 10 years going to change. So this, and somebody as a manager whose job is to look at the technical advancement, also the company has to move forward, but at the same time, the growth of the people is coming up. How should I approach this problem? And then it's very interesting to look at it, how the development in the AI world has been happening. So I started in a time period when there was a lot of data-centric AI. So we start having new and new NVIDIA, CPU, GPUs, the computation power become more and more powerful over the period of time. We had the data. It's not something new come up. The people has been doing regression from, I would say, like 50s. But what has this whole AI has changed. Now we have a new computation power. And we have a power to combine this historical data, bring the value, do a forecasting for the future. So this whole AI was able to help to better decision making. But then, at the same time, there's a new and new technological development. The new models have been built up. The new CNN, deep learning models, RNN, LSTMs has been start coming it up. And then the shift has beyond, okay, we have saturated somewhere in the machine learning, let's go towards the deep learning. And then there has been a lot of model-centric AI. Then what happens? There's a nice LSTM models or RNNs and CNNs. I take a nice model, go to the shop floor and say, this is gonna change you next 5 years. I say, we don't need it. We are running a process very efficiently. I don't want this. And then the whole, the shift happened towards application-based AI. So before we are doing, build our model, train it, and go to the business manager, let's involve him in during the model preparation. Let's understand where's the pain point, what he really needs, not exactly what I build up and give it to him, but rather let's see what he needs. How can I build a trust together? And this whole paradigm has shifted towards the application-centric AI. So now we have models, we have solutions which are helping to the end consumer. It could be a customer, it could be somebody within the company, an organization where his job has become more and more better and easier. Now, this shift is going to change a lot with generative AI. And this is where we need to be thinking even more thoroughly. What's going to change? The application has been shifted. And generative AI, what is going to do, the focus is not about the model training. You have amazingly good models available. The focus is on where is the data privacy? How good I'm using the data? And these are ethical questions which we already talked about. It is going to be more and more critical over the period of time. And this is where we should be our doing next focus. So 2017, this book from Mark's Mark Life 3.0, when I read it, I was very fascinated. Okay, there is a future when everything's going to be automated. There will be a tool which can write a poem for me, which can write a text for me, and that time it was just a fascination. But when I look at the at generative AI, I mean, deep learning, we had models which were able to create text, but what generative AI has done, it has taken this to the next level. It has started, it has understand the context, it can see what you want to do, and then create the whole narrative around it, and which is a very, very extreme capability of this tool to generate new and original content such as images, music, or your text. And so this is so what it's doing, it's taking you one step closer towards artificial general intelligence. And it's redefining the whole content creation. And I'm pretty sure some of you have tried, either it's DALL-E or it's a StyleGAN 3, where you take one image and create a complete new image without worry about there's going to be like a data privacy issue, or you have like a Synthesia, where you can create an AI-based video, for example, or you can have artificial intelligence-based your virtual artist. What it's going to do in this whole period of time, it's going to, if we have to look at it beyond the technology development, and we take in a new narrative, it's empowering the human AI collaboration. So what is going to bring a more personalized aspect into your content creation. So whether you are generating a website or you are creating writing a text for your internal company users, it's going to give you a more and more tailored content, which is using your behavior and also your historical data. At the same time, it's going to make you more and more efficient and understand your natural language interactions. So, and at the end, it leads to a problem solving. And this is exactly the comprehensive approach I took within my organization and try to say, okay, let's check the whole AI, generative AI, and start empowering my people with the better human AI collaboration. So I'm just going to give you some rough examples how we are doing in a company, and hopefully that also give you perspective to think beyond the technical development. One was we had this chatbot-based sales support system. So basically, we have our solutions to end customer when they are using it. Our end customer are basically the HoReCa sector, hotel, restaurant, and caterers. So when they are not somebody who knows how to set up the website, or they are not technical people. They are really running the restaurateurs or running the catering services. And to them, whenever there's a problem, they directly call to our support system. And our support system was so much overloaded with the calls that there was a long waiting time for them. What we did, of course, when going to using the ChatGPT type solution, we have to care about the data privacy. But what we have to be careful there that the data, the customer data is not getting violated their privacy in any way. So rather than giving in tool to our customers, what we did, we created the system for our sales team. So before, when they get a call, they can directly go to the internal chat bot of the company. They can look at what the solution, and they can solve the problem very quickly. So basically what we did, we found a very innovative way to reduce the support calls from the end customers, a time-effective approach to support them. And basically, it means if they have a less call during the whole day, there's a less waiting time to our end customer. We have a very happy support team. And look at the whole thing. I mean, our narrative was very clear. The generative AI and this whole LLM models has to have a human aspect behind it, has to support either our customer or to our employees, so that they should feel benefited, not afraid due to the discussion what they heard yesterday evening during the lunchtime on a news channel, right? So, yeah. The next thing what I would like to emphasize here is this: we were working on a CRM system, and we had a lot of missing data. And this is where we use the generative AI to generate the data. And of course, you can say this is synthetic data, but we had some data, and when we generated this whole amount of data, we found that we reached to 70% of accuracy to our model, which probably, if we would have gone to collect the data, would have taken next 10 years. So it still speed up the whole process of our CRM system building, you know. And the next part which I would like to highlight here is a Gen AI-based text generator. So I mean, in the company, either it's any team, marketing team, the sales team, or other content generation team, they have to write a lot of text. And what we did, we built up a whole text generator tool within the company using LLM models. And for us, it's not about the ChatGPT, it's about any model you have available. Do a better training, keep the data privacy secure, and then build it. And this is what we built. And so, in short, what I would like to summarize, so of course, there is a technological development of generative AI, and then there's a narrative of how the generative AI gonna change over the period of time. But as somebody, we cannot stay away from generative AI. This is obvious, so we have to use it. Let's take a more humanistic aspect to use the potential of generative AI more, analyzing the human and business aspect, and then empower a business. And 3 learnings what I had during this whole journey was agility rather than the fear. Transform yourself more or less every year or every 6 months. The technology is gonna change, it's not gonna stop. So take it as a challenge and transform. And this is where my next point comes. Don't focus on outcome. If you start 5 to 10 projects in a year, definitely 4 out of 5 gonna fail. But the focus should be the transformation, not the result orientation. And the last part, democratization. So don't think that I'm a data science and AI team and I have all the right. Take it to the ground level. Do a communication with literally somebody to the last mile, so that he understands why AI is important for him. And yeah, with this, I would like to thank you, and let's unchain the power of generative AI.
Thanks, Pankaj. let's let's take some time for 2 questions before we go off and get some food. Anyone have questions for Pankaj? If not, I have a question for you. So
I'm standing between their lunch and.
yeah, I hear some rumbling stomach. So
Don't worry.
But which machine collaboration use case are you looking forward to developing next?
We are actually working on multiple solutions. So whether it's a DALI-based image generation, or basically, for example, our in-customers, they supported them with a POS automation system, or basically for our sales team, how can they integrate onboard the customer much better for our sales team? Basically, when they target the customer, they do not randomly just go to the customer, but rather go more high potential customers. So we have multiple AI application, which is basically we are building within the company for the sales and marketing team.
Super nice.
Perfect.
Looking forward to seeing that next year.
Yeah.
All right. I think unless there's another question, then let's call it a lunch break.
Thank you.
We'll be back here at